Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Tag library will be specified by using the directive taglib. It consists of two attributes, prefix, and the next one is URI. Prefix is your preferred name. Preferred name that we want to use within our JSP page, and your URI is nothing but URI from your TLD file. TLD, nothing but tag library descriptor file. Tag library descriptor file. We'll discuss about tag library descriptor TLD file in a minute, but the first thing is just understand that URI is nothing but a name from your TLD file. Previously, we have seen using JSP useBean and also JSP get property. So these are also like external tags, but for any external tag that you are using, you are supposed to specify that I want to use a tag that is available from my JSP namespace, and the tag name is get property. That namespace will be specified by using your prefix. But currently, when we are using JSP useBean, we haven't specified the tag library. The reason for that is it will be imported automatically by your JSP. So for other than JSP tags, if you want to use some other tags, you are supposed to specify this syntax on the top level. Then your JSP will understand that the tag was available. Let us say give the prefix as my tag, URI as http://jstl.org. So if you want to use some tags, my tag : let us say if tag. If you want to use if tag, you'll specify that prefix. Once you have specified the prefix, you have access to all the tags that are available within your URI. URI is nothing but your name, your tag library name. Tag library is nothing but it consists of certain tags associated with custom JSP code. See, currently when you are writing useBean tag with some attributes, let us say ID, session, type. When you have written like this, someone has to write the Java code for that. So currently, this was written by your JSP container, your container itself or JSP engine itself, because JSP understands that useBean tag, how it works, and what it was supposed to do when it has retrieved these three attributes. But currently, you want to write some custom logic for your if tag. You can specify that I am writing some custom tag, but how your JSP container will parse that particular tag. For that purpose only, you need to write the TLD file which will associate your tags to the Java classes. So during the compilation process, whenever the tag has encountered, let us say you have written my tag : if, whenever it has encountered this tag parsing, your JSP container will take a look at the TLD file and understands that what is the Java class that was supposed to be called, and whenever it was trying to resolve this tag, it will call the Java code, and it will return the result back to the same place. So currently, there are certain standard tags available which are specified using JSTL, nothing but Java Standard Tag Library. The JSTL consists of several tags which are divided into core level, next one is format level, and the next one is SQL level. Of all the three, normally we'll use only core tags. Yeah. We are not interested to use SQL tags because we don't want to work SQL level stuff onto the front end level. And the format tag, it consists of date format or your currency format. Those kind of stuff are available within your format tag. Core tag, it consists of basic level, just like whenever you want to perform if loop, whenever you want to perform an iteration, set method, out, which is used to display the information, catch tag, whenever there is an exception occurred on the front end. So these tags, at the most, will use these core tags within our JSP page. So I ask you guys to download the JSTL tag libraries. We need to download two jar files. The first one is JSTL IMPL and the next one is JSTL API. JRE system library. Once you have downloaded those two jar files, place them on the build path. And in the same way, you are supposed to place the jar files onto webinf lib folder as well. The first one, the build path, is required for your compilation purpose. And during the startup time, I have mentioned about Tomcat directory structure. Your lib folder will consist of all the third-party jar files, which will be used for runtime. If you have specified only at the build path level, and if you forgot to specify at the runtime level, which is nothing but your webinf/lib level, then your JSP will fail during the compilation, during the runtime. You can omit at the build path level, but you should place at webinf/lib level. Whatever the jar files that you have specified at the webinf/lib, they will be specified within your Tomcat web apps location level, web apps, webinf, lib folder. You can see that these two jar files. So during the execution, these two jar files will be added to the class path and they will be used during the runtime. Let us start with the first JSTL tag library. First one is core tag library, and we'll take a look at start page. My start page, it will just contain only one information. Enter the username and submit the page. So I have several servlets. If servlet, set servlet, for each custom, choose servlet. So the first thing is if servlet. If tag. If tag is used just like your if condition. If the condition is true, it will execute the code which was specified within the if block, or you can say within the if body. So currently take an example to explain this scenario. Let us take an example for our Facebook scenario. Whenever we have uploaded some kind of information to the Facebook, let us say I have uploaded my image to the Facebook. Either I can write the comments or else my friends, they can write the comments. But in the network, let us say your friends, they also have some other friends. They can still see the image but they can't add any comments. This is how we'll normally see in Facebook scenario. So how we'll implement this scenario within our JSP? So let us say Steve is the main person and Chris is one of his friends. So either Steve or Chris can enter the comments for the page. Any other user other than Steve or Chris, they will just see the existing comments, but they can't add a new one. So I'm submitting my page to if servlet. If servlet, it won't do anything. It will just retrieve the username and it will pass the username to the next level. And it is passing to the if condition.jsp page. If condition.jsp. So the first step we are supposed to do is we need to specify what is the tag library that we want to use. Tag library consists of two parameters. The first one is prefix and the next one is URI. URI, it will be taken from the TLD file. We'll discuss about TLD file in detail. If you want to take a look at the TLD file, it will be available within your jar file itself. go to jsteel.impl.jar file, go to meta.nf folder. You can see that all the TLD file. Currently, we are working on core tag library, which is c.tld file. Yes, Jitin. The c.tld file, you can see that the tree representation, if you have installed the JBoss plugin, you'll be able to see in a tree representation. These are the tags that are available within my core tag. Catch tag, choose, if, import, for each, and all so on. So on the right side, it has displayed the URI. You'll just take this URI and place it in your JSP file as URI, and you'll give some prefix. Currently for core, the preferred shorthand namespace is C. So when you are using C namespace, you have the access to all the tags that are available within your core tag library. So if you place C colon, you'll see all these tags. We'll discuss about that in a minute. So here you can see that all tags that are available within my core tag library. Catch, choose, for each, for tokens, and all. So these are all what we have seen at this level now. Currently, I am using C colon if tag. Let me open this page one more time. Currently, I am trying to use if tag, C colon if tag, just like how you have used JSP colon usebean. Here you have specified the namespace, and after that you are specifying what kind of tag that you are trying to use. So if tag needs a condition, that will be specified by using a test attribute, and within the test attribute I'm using EL syntax. The EL syntax is param.username. We already know what is meant by param, which is nothing but your request param, and I'm retrieving username, and I'm comparing with whether it is Steve or not. If it is Steve, we are providing access to enter a new comment, and we are providing a text box, and we are providing a button for submit as well. Next, one more if condition. If it is Chris, we are again providing the same options. Name is hard-coded. Yeah, currently I have hard-coded. You can change the name as well. Just for testing only, I have placed the hard-coded value. If at all, if the value is Chris, this time also we are able to enter the data, and we are able to see a text box and also a button as well. Let us execute start page. Enter username Steve. Facebook comments, welcome Steve. And here you can see that some of the comments, hi, how are you doing? Pretty good. Also fine, joined recently. Enter new comment with name and a button. Let us say if we have entered the name as Chris, you can see that welcome Chris, enter new comment, Chris, save comment button. Let us say I am entering Singh. You can see that Singh, he can only view the comments and he can't enter a new comment to this page. So the if condition, the first condition has failed and the second condition also failed. That's the reason you couldn't able to see a text box or a button to enter the new comment. See, this is just like your if condition, how you have used, and internally it will implement in the same manner, but you need to understand how you are supposed to write the C colon if condition and the test case, how you are supposed to write within your JSP page. The problem with this approach is currently if condition you have verified, and again you are using if condition. The reason for that is you are supposed to verify for Chris as well. If at all, if you want to display like other than Steve or Chris, nobody can enter any kind of comment and will display that guest user can only view the comments. So that means you need to have an else block. Normally we'll use if else ladder and finally we'll use else block. But with the core tag library, JST core tag library, you don't have else case. You should go for some other tag which is choose tag. Come back to your start page. Change this to choose servlet. Let me execute this. We'll take a look at the output first and then we'll go through each of the lines. I'm entering again Steve. For Steve, he can enter the comment. For Chris also, he can enter the comments. Let us say Pankaj. For Pankaj, we are displaying a message specifying that guest users won't be able to add comments. Previously, we couldn't able to achieve this by using if statement or if tag library. So if you want to add some else cases, you are supposed to go for other tag library, which is choose tag library. Choose tag library works like a switch statement. Normally, you'll use switch statement to identify based on a particular condition, and whatever the case matched, it will go ahead and execute that particular block of code, and it will move out of the switch block. And if none of the cases matches, it will simply execute the default case. That's what our choose tag will do. Within our choose servlet, no code change, same code. It will just forward to choose tag.jsp file. Within my choose JSP file, I have imported the tag library and I'm using choose tag. Normally, within our switch tag, we'll have certain cases. But with respect to choose tag, you have the condition at each and every level. At the top level, you won't be having any condition. Within your choose, you can write any number of when tags. When tag will consist of a test condition. Test condition is nothing but just like how you have used the test condition with respect to your if tag. So here when tag, I'm verifying with respect to Chris. And also I have one more when tag which will verify the condition with respect to Steve. If both of them hasn't executed, it will simply move to otherwise tag. Otherwise is just like your default case, and it will display the information like guest users won't be able to add comments. But all of these means, we'll come back to that. All of these means it will verify the switch case. It will be just like a switch case, and the choose tag is just like your placeholder, and it will execute if at all if one of the test cases matches. It won't execute the rest of the when clauses, and it won't execute the otherwise clause as well. Here we are using EL syntaxes. At the first if condition level, we have used param.username double equal to. EL also consists of certain operators just like your normal Java operators. EQ means equals. You can use less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. You can write the symbols or you can use the EL operator like whatever that I'm showing that onto my page. Either of them is valid. The next one is for each servlet. We know the purpose of for each. It is used to iterate through the data, iterate through the collection, and display the information one by one. The for each tag, it will perform in the same manner. It needs a collection and also it needs a variable to hold each iteration, and once after that you can retrieve the information from each iteration. So come back to my for each servlet Java file. For each servlet, from the start page, it will submit to this page, and this time I'm not using the username, whatever that was passed. I'm creating a string array with a list of movies, and I'm setting that with a request scope. Once after that, I'm forwarding to for each.jsp file. So with my servlet, I'm just creating one string array object with a list of movies, and then I'm setting that with my request scope. Once it has moved to for each.jsp file. So within for each.jsp file, I'm using for each tag. For each tag accepts 3 parameters, in which 2 are mandatory. The first one is items. For each items, this will be your collection object. Normally, when you are writing the for each, int I, for string s colon list of strings, and then will print each and every string value. So list of strings is nothing but your collection, and you want a variable to hold for each and every iteration. That is what here. The items will be specified as a collection object, and variable nothing but your string representation variable. So here you can see that once I have retrieved, I am able to print each and every value in the same way. I'm using dollar symbol, and I'm taking the variable and I'm printing at each and every level. So here the movie variable is at the page scope level, and I'm able to access that by using EL attribute syntax. Your for each has one another important attribute, which is counter attribute. The variable status, which will display the counter information, like with what iteration currently we are in. So the counter attribute has, here you can see that the counter object, it has a property called count, which will display the iteration count level. Let us go and execute our start page. Table for displaying list of movies. I have created the data in terms of a table, and you can see that the counter variable 1, 2, 3, and the data for each servlet has 3 array elements, movie list, and you can see that each and every element you are able to retrieve for each iteration, and you are able to display the data by using EL syntax. And the counter.count, which will display the iteration level. This is only for our purpose. If at all if you want to use, just go ahead and declare the attribute called variable status, and the object has a method called count, and you can retrieve the iteration level as well.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website H2KInfosys.com. On our website H2KInfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.